simple once I get past here. Now, normally I would actually stop the video and go ahead and finish the modeling and everything else, but this is one of those we're going to run the whole time. So, like I said, when we first started this, in real time, this would take me about 2 hours to complete the whole entire model from start to finish. But because we're going through it all together, it's going to take me probably about 4 hours. So this will be about a 4-hour training video series, just because we're going through it step by step by step by step. All right? Hopefully, you can deal with me that long and have fun learning what you want to do, which is be a better modeler, hopefully. So let's carry on. So I'm going to come in here and get these verts right here, bring these up a little bit. Bring these up a little bit to will. I don't know why I'm talking like Kermit the Frog all of a sudden. So bring these up. And also, let's not get that. Let's also get these. There we go. And you can see when I'm moving things, I try to be very deliberate in what I do and don't move. I don't like to just move things in, in any direction. I try to make sure that I have something in mind when I'm going to move things that just makes it easier for my life to know beforehand, instead of just grabbing things and then after the fact you're like, oh my god, I didn't know what I was doing when I moved that stuff there. But it's now it's there, and it's stuck, and I can't get it out. All right, so you want to actually know what you're doing. And I'm gonna use this video, this right here, to see what I can't see right here. So, there we go. So same thing that I did before, that kind of set up for, the hole to be cut through that. And this one will be a little complicated because this goes forward and then kind of back at the same time, which is really weird. But I would love to see the mold for this particular gun. I'm pretty sure it's like wicked. Look at that wicked mold, man. So, pretty sure this mold is probably really weird looking. It's back here. We'll leave that like that for now. So, I do need to bring this back a little bit though, because I got to get that little curve right there. So, right there. There we go. Matches up a little bit better. Bring this up a little bit more. And back. Now this line right, I'm thinking like this line right here, I can probably triangulate this somewhere right in here outside of the bevel. I don't want to have a triangle anywhere in this rounded profile edge, but I can probably I bet you I can probably triangulate this starting right here and bring these two lines together and keep this a little bit cleaner. Like just really get rid of this polygon right here. If I need to. Only if I need to, right? So, those are in there. And I got most of that body part of that built, and I can see my nice profile. What's going on right there? I got it. It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. So, back to face mode. Boom, 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 boom. And you can see one reason why I don't like to add a lot of polygons in the beginning, because if you do, you've got a whole bunch of stuff to be moving and extruding and all other kind of stuff, and it's like, oh god, I don't want to do all that crazy crap. So, see this right here. Let's hit it again. And let's hit it again. So this right here is going to take a little bit of imagination, because right here, this is very, very much a lot to have to get right there. So I'm going to tell you right there, that's a lot right there. Boy, I tell you what. It's a lot to get this in. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make another split loop right here, right there where this is going to go, and another split loop right about here, something like that right there. And what I'm going to do is this stuff that's underneath here. This is why I like having this view inside of here. Having perspective open all the time is amazing. It's amazing. So I'm gonna do this, and let's not get, yeah, let's go ahead and get it off. Go ahead and get it off. Let's do it. And I'm going to extrude this. And I forgot it does that. If you do it all together, it's going to extrude it like on that angle. I don't quite want it like that, so I probably need something like this, and then get my scale tool, kind of flatten it out a little bit, kind of like that, and then let's extrude it again like this. And get my scale tool. And then once again, like that. Right about there. And get my scale tool again. Scale this in. Alright, something like that. Alright, so that's it's something like that right there, I would say, overall. And I don't know why I'm a southern gentleman now, but I am. I'm a southern gentleman overall. Alright, and then you're probably thinking like, what are those? That's something that shouldn't go away. What are those needs to come with us into 2015, into 2016. Just saying. What are those? So here in this view, kind of take that and finagle it, and I'm going to grab this stuff right here on the outside parts, and I'm going to pull this way. So my profile will keep going all the way around and round out the way that it's supposed to. So boom shakalaka. I know you're thinking, you're like, oh man, D, you've hit a horrible impasse. You're not gonna make that work. That's never gonna work. That's not gonna work, guy. And I have all these vertices to deal with. Alright, look at that. Look at all these verts. Look at all these verts. It's like vertice heaven up there. That's okay. They're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep living their vertice life. You know, moving around things. Their vert life. Introverts. Extroverts. I'll stop now. I'll stop. Let's grab this stuff here. This is going to go up here. And let's keep following these contours of these rounded, smooth edges. Round and smooth. And scale. Well, that's what? That was weird. That was weird. Let's scale that this way. And actually, I am gonna take this and grab these right here, and I'm gonna scale them like that, just a little bit. And I will even come in here and grab this one and pull it back like that. And you can see I'm already setting up for the proverbial hole right there. Yeah. And it goes, there's some weirdness, not weirdness to it, but there's some differences to it than the other one. It's not like the other ones. Jimmy, you're not like the other holes. You're a different kind of hole, Jimmy. Is there always a Jimmy, right? I mean, I'm just saying, there's always a Jimmy somewhere. Jimmy's. And if someone's watching this and your name happens to be Jimmy, I'm sorry. But you're synonymous with things going wrong. Johnson or Jimmy? Johnson? Dang it, Johnson. Sorry, sir. Yeah, there's always that guy, right? Sorry, Sarge. Dang it, Jimmy. Dang it, Johnson. Now, if your name's Jimmy Johnson, you're screwed. There's nothing I can do for you. Your name's Jimmy Johnson. It's like your name's Chimichanga. You know? So, still keeping my polys relatively low. Moving at a cruising altitude of 5,000 polygons. No, we're not. We're not at 5,000 polygons. We're nowhere near 5,000 polygons. So all this is in there. Got all this in there now. This looks... And to make sure which line I'm following for this, I'm going to be using this line here. So this needs to come up and be the outside. There we go. So this means this needs to come up to compensate. And maybe we can go back some to compensate. So that, yeah, that's alright. And we gotta go in here once again and go back to face mode and grab all the faces. Then make up this thing. And you gotta remember all this goes all the way back to here, right? Boom. Kaboom. Boom. 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 And I think, yeah, that's supposed to stay there. Yeah, that's my shape. So now, let's go back in here to this mode and bridge it. Bridge it good. Do 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 do. You must bridge it. And bridge it. Now the last time I did this, you know, I was gonna do the bevel first because the bevel would give me some things. It would be easier to manipulate, but because of what the shape is and how the polygons are cut into this, the bevel just doesn't work right. I mean, it does, but it doesn't overall for the shape. It just does really bad things to the shape of what I have. So I don't like to do it. And I'll show you why. I'll actually show it again. So I'll go in here and grab all of these and show you. And this one probably will be okay actually, but still. If I go in here and say bevel, it works, but look at what it's doing. Like, it's not working. It is kind of working. It's not really giving me what I want. So I just go in here and I'll just extrude this. You know, I'll just extrude it and do it myself, because the extrude actually does give me the smaller version of the hole. And once I have it extruded, I can then go back in here myself and use my scale tool to scale this in a little bit more, to give, you know, a little bit more of the loop, you know, a little bit more of the edge or whatever I need to do. I do know that I think that this edge right here, let's hit enter on this guy. So I think these edges right here probably need to be scaled in just because of the way that the weapon works. I don't want to grow it. Sometimes I forget I'm not in Maya. Ooh, I said the dirty word, Maya. Because in Maya you can change the manipulator size by hitting plus and minus, and inside of here you can't do that. It actually just makes your selection grow. Make my monsters grow! I know I can't be the only person in here that watched, you know, Power Rangers. Come on. So anyway, let's bring this in and bring this down. So now I've got where my gun part gonna go, and I'm thinking that this starts to slim down when we get towards the front, which is fine because I've set this up in a way that I can come back in here and grab everything. Like, watch this, grab it all, get my scale tool, and scale this in, and there is my slope. Or actually, maybe it's supposed to be even farther back. Maybe we go back like right to here. And this is supposed to kind of like that. And then maybe this kind of goes like this. Right? Still works though. It still works. Yeah. If I go and smooth it. Oh, look at that. That's sexy right there. That's just sexy modeling. I'm just saying. If you're looking for some modeling that's sexy, this is the sexy modeling. It truly is. It's so sexy. You have no idea how sexy this modeling would look. But it is that way. It is there. It's there for your enjoyment. Look at that. Sexy. Now, you start to see some things that change from the profile. So I'm looking at light hit the profile rim of the thumb hole, and I've got like highlights. So what's really nice is because I've set this already up, I've got loops that I can put in here. I can go back in here and put in loops very quickly. So I could go and add in loops relatively quick. And loop. See that? My loop goes right around there. So when I go in here and smooth this, it makes it hard right there and nowhere else in my model. So my geometry is localized to where I need it to be. So I'm going to go in here and drop down. Drop down and give me 20, sucker. I'm going to get both sides of this and then go in here and say split loop. Or will it not let me do that? Let's see. Okay, let me do that side. Okay, it doesn't like that. It doesn't like that. Or maybe it's because it's not the complete loop. Maybe because one side has the loop and one side doesn't. Maybe it doesn't know where the loop goes. So let's go in here and tell it. So I'm just going to do it by selecting all of the spokes. And do the same thing on this side. Let's see. We can see. Because even besides that, I have another command that I could run on this that would give me sort of similar, pretty much the same thing. So let's see now. Yeah, there you go. It didn't know how to do it. That's all. So I'm going to jump up a couple of levels and see what this looks like. And there's that nice kind of tight edge that this has to it. And I like that. So I'm going to hit enter on that. So I'm going to do the same thing for these spokes up here. It's a very similar opening, so it should have the same type of profile on it. And there we go. So when you want to deselect something in here, it is Control and middle mouse click to deselect the piece that you don't want selected. And let's go through here and click this stuff in. There's a loop select, but I don't think the loop select will work for this because it doesn't know where the loop's going to. and do the same thing, and let's say split loop. And why didn't it split everything? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh god. You gotta be kidding me. It didn't get it. I missed one somewhere. Okay, that's all done now. It's gonna be very kind of systematic about which way you're selecting. I was selecting all over the place last time. That was my fault. I shouldn't have done that. I should have listened to the gods of polygons and followed their rules. Yep, because there now it works just right. So take this out to the edge a little bit, sharpens this up, and enter. And that's a little bit sharper. That's rounded like it's supposed to be. That's looks good. Looks good. It's good. It's good. Looks like right over top of this I might be having some issues. So I'm thinking that this edge right here needs to, and you can still slide this edge, which is cool. You can slide it. So I can slide that edge. See that? That's pretty cool. I can slide an edge. So I'm gonna slide that down a little bit. And I'm gonna go through here and let's say let's get that, and we can still use our slide edge or slide tool rather, so I can slide this one way or the other. Let's drop down to the base level so you can see me sliding it. And what I'm gonna do is I am gonna bevel it. I'm gonna bevel that open, and by beveling it open it gives me another edge, the exact same edge, which is exactly what I wanted. So now I can come through here and grab this and this, and then come back in here and slide them both from each other. See that? Look at that. That's nice. Nice modeling. The whole point of all of that, though, is for me to be able to kind of give out the profile of this just a little bit more. Give out this profile a little bit more. So go in here and select this stuff inside of here. This stuff inside of here, 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 and here. And get my scale. You sucker. You know what? That's one thing that I really don't love. Your selections are unforgiving. If you make a mistake, your selections, you will have to reselect them. And you'll be very ticked off. And you'll want to throw silo, but you'll realize that it's